How about them taters? Yeah, so had to go ahead and take care of Baylor man. Sorry, Baylor man. Arizona man next. Yeah, not only did Clemson win, but they also won me some money. I think Colby won some money too. There's 3 of us that were basically betting together all weekend. Me and Lou and Colby. I think we all came out on top. I came out way on top. It's been a fun tournament to watch. I spent 10 hours on Saturday watching games and 10 hours yesterday watching games. So that's pretty much all I did. I think I went to the grocery store yesterday morning. That's the only time I left my house, I think. I was like a basketball junkie. There were some crazy games on, though. That Oregon game on, what was it, Saturday night? One of the craziest games I've seen in a long time. The double overtime one. Oregon should have won that. They should have won that game. But I'm glad they didn't, because I had money on the other team. Yeah, so here's the, well, hold on. So at least this site here has the times on it. This is the Athletic. So we got 4 games Thursday, 4 games Friday. First game on Thursday night is Clemson and Arizona. These are all on prime time. Clemson and Arizona, UConn and San Diego State starts 30 minutes after that. Then North Carolina and Alabama. Iowa State and Illinois to cap off the night there. I think there's still there's still 3 ACC teams left in the final 16 here. We got Clemson, North Carolina. We got 4 teams. Clemson, North Carolina, Duke. Wait, is that it? Yeah, man, maybe it's just those 3. Then you got Friday, NC State. That's the 4th one. Marquette and NC State. Friday night, Purdue and Gonzaga. Houston and Duke. And Tennessee and Creighton. A couple of these games have a real potential to be really good. Not only that, the way the bracket is laid out, so the winner of North Carolina and Alabama will play the winner of Arizona and Clemson. So if Clemson is able to upset Arizona, which, well, I said yesterday, if they're able to beat Baylor, then they can win at least one more game. I'd be shocked if they made it to the Final Four. They are very good, though. They're playing well right now. But anyway, could potentially see, let's say Alabama beats North Carolina, Clemson beats Arizona. Could see a little bit of a football matchup here. The Tigers and the Tide in the Elite Eight, or as Huffer Billy Paul calls it, the Great Eight. Yeah, Houston and Duke is going to be good. There's a bunch of good ones here. I think Tennessee and Creighton will be good. Purdue and Gonzaga. Man, Purdue yesterday just put an absolute epic beat down. That was one of the games I lost betting on. I lost the first two games yesterday. I killed it on Saturday. I think I made 7 bets and I was 6-1. Yeah, I won 6 out of 7 bets on Saturday. Then yesterday I made 6 more bets, and I started out the day losing the first 2 games. And then I went on a 4-game winning streak. All of the afternoon and evening games that I bet on, I won. Yeah, we were down yesterday morning. And that was one of the ones I lost, right? The Utah State and Purdue. I took the points with Utah State at 11.5. And, man, they just got absolutely ran off the court. That game was never competitive. Well, I say never. It was competitive for the first 5 minutes of the game. After that, it was, the wheels, not only did the wheels fall off, the entire chassis dropped out. Let's see. Yes, Zona Man, what's up, buddy? Hold on, I'm trying to find it. All right, let's look at this. Let me turn this freaking rave music off here. Shut up. Where's our head here? Oh, yeah. Let's look at some lines on the Sweet 16. These are the early lines that have come out. This is according to DraftKings Sportsbook, and they're pretty usually close to everybody else. So, anyway, Clemson a 7-point underdog against the Wildcats. I felt pretty confident in my Clemson pick yesterday. I even told, I think it might have been Lou's chat when he was live streaming, and said that if Clemson plays well, they have a good chance of upsetting Baylor. Of course, everyone told me I was stupid. With jokes on them. Do you know that Baylor didn't even lead a single time in that game? Not once. Clemson scored first and never let them was losing in that game ever. At one point, they had a 20-point lead. Somehow let Baylor almost come back, but they finished the job, won by 8. So Arizona's very good and probably will win this game. So let's just start there. But I would lean Clemson at 7. As a matter of fact, I'm going to watch it. If for some reason it moves the way I want it to move, and that's a half a point up from 7.5, I'm taking Clemson at 7.5 for sure. Now, if it stays at 7 or even drops down below 7, I probably won't take them. I probably just won't bet it because I'm not betting against them. You know what I'm saying? Because then I have to root against them, and I'm not doing that. So I either bet on them or don't bet at all. I'm the Pete Rose of the college football betting game. or college basketball betting game. I'm not going to the Hall of Fame anyway, so that doesn't matter. All right. San Diego State and UConn. This might be is this the biggest spread? Well, we'll see in a minute. 11 points in the Sweet 16 is a lot. But UConn is many people's pick to win the whole deal. A lot of people think that they're the clear-cut best team in the country. So that's why they're such a big favorite. And I think San Diego State is a low seed anyway, aren't they? What are they, like a 10 seed or something? I don't even know. But anyway, I'm gonna have to look into that one a little bit further. That does seem like a lot of points. Well, 11.5 seemed like a lot of points yesterday on the Utah State and Purdue game too, and they lost by 150. So it wasn't too much for them. A lot of the big favorites won big this weekend, and luckily I was on a lot of the favorites, so I benefited from that. Now, this might be the game I'm looking forward to outside of Clemson and Arizona. On Thursday, I'm looking forward to this game the most. Alabama and North Carolina. Alabama, a 4-point dog. I believe yesterday they were, a 6-point favorite? And the Tide rolled against the online college, Grand Canyon University. Just like I thought they would. But, you know what? I don't know. I might actually take Alabama on the points there. I'm not so certain about that one either. Then to cap off the night, Illinois and Iowa State. Oh, Baylor Man says they're a 5 seed. Okay. To cap off the night, it's going to be Illinois, Iowa State. And this is a very close line here. It's only 2 points. So it's pretty close. Even matched up as far as Vegas is concerned. I almost prefer a bigger line than that. So anyway, we'll talk more about that before Thursday. Then Friday, North Carolina State, 6.5-point dog to Marquette. Marquette, one of the only teams this weekend that screwed your boy over and didn't do what they were supposed to do and cover. I lost that game by 0.5 point. The line was 4.5. I had Marquette at 4.5, and they won by 4. Wah wah. So that was how my day started. All right, Gonzaga at Purdue, not at Purdue. Gonzaga and Purdue, 5-point favorite for the Boilermakers. Yeah. I think this is an overreaction, if you will, to the epic beatdown that Purdue put on the online college yesterday. And so that's why the line's so high. Give me the Zags in the 5 points. I think this game will be close. Overreaction Monday. Now everyone just says, oh, nobody can beat Purdue. Well, yeah, they can. And they might lose this game. I might even get crazy. What's it, plus 185? I might get crazy and take the Zags on the money line. What do you think about that? Give me the Zags on the money line. All right. Then after that, Duke and Houston. Houston was my pick at the start of the tournament to go all the way. They were a 1 seed. And so is Duke. So, anyway, Houston favored by 4 against the Blue Devils. And then Creighton and Tennessee. Tennessee actually a 3-point favorite of Creighton. I'm surprised about that. I'm not going to lie. I thought it would have been 3 points the other way. So I'm 6 points off of what they think. Which means give me Creighton. Give me a Creighton with any points. I'll take 3. Thank you. Zona says he does think Gonzaga beats Purdue. Volusia says he's got the Hill Jacks winning it all. What? Really? I don't know. If I'm going to be honest, and why wouldn't I be? I think the team that's going to win it all. Well, all right, outside of UConn, let's take UConn out. Let's say that they show up and don't show up and somehow lose to a bad upset to San Diego State. All right, they're out of the picture now. If it's not UConn, I'm taking one of these three teams to win it: Arizona, North Carolina, or probably Gonzaga. That's probably my three picks. The Heels versus the Hilljacks, huh? Colby says Purdue was his pick. So anyway, won some money, and now I get to attempt to lose it on these on these games on Thursday and Friday. So we'll see how it turns out. The StreamYard is open if anybody wants to come in, talk about brag or cry about your teams and your picks. Does anybody still have is anybody in one of these work bracket contests? And if so, how are you doing? I didn't do one this year. This might be the first time in a while I didn't fill out a bracket. I'm just betting on the games. Alabama has a basketball and a football school. Volusia says he's in third place out of 84. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. Well, how does that pay structure work on that? Does only the winner win? Hello?
Yo.
There you are.
I'm here.
Did you hear what
so the pay structure is it's 70, 20, 10. So 70% first, 20% second, 10% third.
Okay.
So yeah, I do this one every year. I finished second in 2021 and I won it in 2019. So it's been a profitable endeavor.
Nice.
Because I hedge my bets. The way I do it is I pick the best team that I don't think a lot of other people will pick. Like picking UConn, there's 84 people in there. Probably 40 of them picked UConn. So even if you pick UConn and hit it, the odds of actually winning are so low. So I pick teams like one of the the least picked 1 seed or a 2 seed. So that's why I picked Tennessee. I'm the only person in the whole thing that picked Tennessee. So if Tennessee does win it all, I win the whole thing immediately.
Yeah.
Right. So the odds are just so much better.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get the strategy.
Not that I think the Hilljacks are better than Purdue or UConn. I don't. But I got good pot odds, so to speak, on them. And I knew I would. That's why I picked them.
Yeah.
So hopefully they look better than they did the other day, because they looked fucking terrible against Texas, but they won. So when you can be that bad and still win, I think that's good.
Well, look who it is.
Oh,
Baylor, man.
Well. Not that you talked shit or anything. You did.
No, he's not really.
No. But
I'm just showing up because I don't hide after losing.
There you go. This guy's coming to eat his crow, and now
it was a good game, good comeback. But
so now, Baylor, man, are you one of these people that now you will root for Clemson since they're the team that knocked you out, or you're mad at them so you want them to lose? Which one is it?
Well, I'm kind of neither one.
Okay.
I will root for them against certain teams. I wouldn't say I'm going to root against them per se.
Right. Okay, I got you.
It was more so Baylor losing, with their defense and the foul shooting, which has been atrocious all season. Things that I can even do.
Yeah, I don't know. Clemson dominated the majority of that game.
Yeah,
they really did.
They almost did what Clemson does sometimes and let them come back.
Yeah.
at the end there. And I can't believe he missed both of those free throws.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
As soon as he missed that first one, I'll be honest. I found the nearest thing near me and threw it against my wall.
I know
they
the
missed
feeling.
the front end of 3 straight 1-and-1s in the second half too. I was feeling great about that because Baylor's not a poor free throw shooting team overall. So
Yeah, I got a little bit nervous whenever Hall fouled out, and there's still 5 minutes left in the game or something.
it was
Yeah,
something like that.
But yeah, Baylor's usually a second half team, but
Yeah.
play all season. But yeah, I can say that I'm pretty used to eating crow. Combination of football season and basketball season now.
yeah.
Well,
Just I don't know, just put some salt and pepper on it or something, make it taste good at least.
I mean Baylor's. I would say the last couple of years in the tournament have been probably disappointing, but when you win a national title,
Yeah, the thing is, since 2021, which is when we won it, pretty much all our staff, with the exception of Scott Drew, is not here anymore.
right.
But
Baylor's still getting 5-star recruits in the McDonald's All-American. We got another guy coming in next year, right? What's his name? VJ something or other?
yeah, he's from Long Island Lutheran,
Right.
one of the top teams in the country, and yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I think y'all will be fine.
The most impressive single player I think that we saw this weekend, or at least to me, is what's that guy's name for Purdue? The big,
Edey?
the big Asian dude.
Yeah, Zach Edey.
God damn, it looked like he was playing against kids.
Yeah,
He just dominated he just dominated.
So we played against Purdue in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, which I guess is dead now, but this was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think he might have been a freshman. And we beat them at Purdue, and we beat him pretty handily, and he looked horrible. And I was like, this fucking dude's an oaf. And then now, I think it was like 3 years ago. And now that he's developed. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, he's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Purdue could go all the way.
Player of the Year.
If they play like they played yesterday, they'll go all the way. But it's hard to repeat that performance. And they're playing against Grand Canyon University, or whatever the fuck it is. It ain't like they were playing against North Carolina or UConn.
Yeah.
So
They played Utah State, I think.
Purdue. Oh yeah, Utah State. Yeah, sorry.
But either way, I think that Gonzaga is going to have a hell of a tough time handling him. Gonzaga doesn't have any bigs like that. I think they beat Gonzaga fairly easily, to be honest. Yeah, I think Creighton or Tennessee would be a much tougher matchup. Creighton and Tennessee have better size than Gonzaga does. Creighton's got that huge kid, Kalkbrenner. Tennessee's got a bunch of athletic big dudes.
Well, Utah State wasn't shooting well either. I mean, they were like 30-something% from the field. It's terrible.
Like Utah State's an okay team, but they weren't going to beat Purdue. Purdue's good.
No.
And also, Purdue has been the ultimate March choke. I mean, they lost fucking hell. Last year, they lost to a 16 seed. 2 years ago, they lost to a 15 seed. I mean, come on. They're the ultimate team that needs to, redeem themselves and shit. And, oh, yeah, the last time somebody lost to a 16 seed was Virginia, and the next year they won the national title.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute, are you accusing Purdue of Clemsoning?
I mean, the C slur? No, I wouldn't dare.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
No, they've been doing that they've been doing that for a while. The last few years.
Also, I remember people running around all season saying how terrible the ACC was in basketball this year. There's 4 teams left in the Sweet 16 from the ACC. That's more than any other conference, I think.
Right. That's right.
But we had more teams in the tournament as a whole, Pete.
Well, yeah, and they all lost. No, well, not all of them. There's only Tennessee's the only SEC team left, right?
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay, yeah.
But they had 8. And in fact, 5 of them lost in the first round, and then Texas A&M lost in the second round. So, yeah, they had 8 teams in, and then you had a whole bunch of them. Kentucky getting upset, South Carolina getting upset. Who the hell else got upset? Florida.
That one game, I'd be willing to bet that Kentucky upset probably busted about at least 90% of brackets.
It was funny. That was
the Wahoo Brad's right. The ACC only had 5 teams in the tournament, and 4 of them are in the Sweet 16. I guess Virginia is
one of them was Virginia, who didn't even make the proper field of 64. All of the teams that were in the field of 64 are in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Kansas should have been out of it too, because ref balls saved them in the first round.
That's right. And they got exposed in the second round anyway. Yeah. So they had their best players injured, and then they sucked this year anyways.
Nobody will remember anything other than the champion. I don't know.
That's not true.
It depends. Like if it's a team that normally doesn't get to the Final Four, like Tennessee or Clemson, if they get to the Final Four, that'll be remembered just because it's an achievement that they've never had before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Remembered by who? Remembered by a bunch of casuals who don't actually watch the sport? Yeah, sure. Remembered by people that actually pay attention to it? No.
But for the most part, he's right. I mean, most people only remember.
Fan police alert. Fan police alert.
Yeah.
Depends on who we're talking about. Like college basketball fans, yeah. I mean, but not just your average casual that doesn't watch college basketball. Yeah, no, okay, they'll probably forget about the fact that Clemson made the Sweet 16. Sure, yes.
Well, a lot of them already forgot that they were there in 2018 too.
Right.
Yeah.
But I sure as hell didn't forget that.
I still remember watching the end of that game. They only lost by like a point to Kentucky.
Yeah, we lost to Kansas by like 4,
Kansas.
I think it was.
Sorry, the other K school. Yeah.
Hell, I've been holding it over Tennessee fans all basketball season. Hey, at least Miami's made a Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't like I can really say shit else.
Yeah. Well, that was a great run from Miami What seed was Miami last year? Like a 5 or something?
Somewhere around there.
Okay, yeah, I think that's right. But there haven't been a lot of upsets. I mean, obviously Oakland was an upset, Grand Canyon, whoever else got it done, James Madison or whatever, but where are they at now? None of them advanced to the Sweet 16. There's no more Cinderellas at all.
NC State.
Now I'm just waiting on University of Phoenix to get a team into the tournament.
Grand Canyon is basically the University of Phoenix, by the way. It's in Phoenix, and it's an online school, and they're totally fake, and it's entirely manufactured. And NC State, by the way, is not a Cinderella. You can't be a Cinderella when you're in the ACC or when you're they're not a Cinderella. Come on.
What seed were they?
11, but it doesn't matter. NC State is not a Cinderella. Oakland is a Cinderella. Like St. Peter's last year was a Cinderella, or 2 years ago was a Cinderella. Like Princeton is it, but not NC State's. Come on, no.
Well, we'll see. We got VicTube, and we've got my betting buddy here.
Oh yeah, good morning.
Colby.
What's up, y'all?
And now, is Colby genuinely your betting buddy, or?
Yeah.
I think after this weekend, yeah.
We made a lot of the same bets. I think there's only a couple of games where we bet opposite of each other. So.
I think we
and we both won.
Each other a lot. I think we faded the Texas A&M game last night, which was a great game, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the second half, but I woke up to find that I won the bet.
That's a good way to start the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's number 11 on Clemson? The white boy?
Joe Girard III.
Yeah.
Grad transfer from Syracuse. He played for Syracuse for 4 years.
He is good.
He's not a good defender, but he'll let it fly from anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Clemson is a Cinderella, so.
We are not.
Well, they were a 6 seed, so.
I like the idea, but unfortunately, that's not the case.
They drove me into despair.
Taterella. Yeah.
Taterella, hell yeah.
Taterella, yeah.
I would say Clemson's the most Cinderella-ish team left in the tournament, though.
Let me think about that. I mean, Tennessee's also not been to a Final Four, but they have been better than us all year.
Yeah. I mean, they've been in the tournament at least the last 3 years, haven't they?
Yeah. They're a better program than we are right now.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure, I'll take that. Fuck it. I mean, listen, this is only the 6th Clemson team that's won a game in the NCAA tournament. How wild is that?
And they won 2 now.
Right. 1980, 89, 90, 97, 18, and this year are the only Clemson teams to ever win to get past the round of 64.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember y'all talking last week on the Midday show, you and Volusia, Peete. Peete was just happy to be in the tournament. Volusia just wanted one win, but now, look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Dude, this is fucking awesome. I'm so jacked up. Of course, the game was at 6 a.m. for me this morning. I'm sure I woke up all the neighbors, and that's fine. Fuck them.
Yeah. Well, that's better than 3 a.m.
Oh, the first one was 3 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you go to the sports bar down in?
I tried. I tried that on the first night. We played the second night, right? I tried that the first night, but then they closed at 2 and kicked everybody out. Normally, in years past, they would have stayed open all night, but I don't know. I guess it was just this year they just didn't have the interest, I guess.
Where is
there aren't as many Americans here in the city as there were 5 or 6 years ago.
where are they playing this game? Where is Clemson playing this game? What city?
L.A.
Huh? It's in L.A.?
It is.
Oh my God.
Zona Tucson texted me. He said he's already bought his tickets too.
So he's going to it? He's in the chat.
Yeah, it's just right up the road from him, basically.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, how much? I'm not going. I'm just curious how much the tickets are for that. I guess I could look it up.
Sure, they're up there. I've looked into tickets when Baylor actually.
That's on my bucket list to go to like a Final Four game, even if it's not my team, just to experience it.
Oh
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the tournament a few years, twice when we were in it, 08 and 09. But of course, we lost both times. But yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Volusia, when the World Cup comes to the United States and or Canada and are you going to try to come back and maybe catch a game in Atlanta or anything like that? I will
try. I don't know what my situation will be. I mean, that's more than 2 years away.
Yeah.
Will I be able to? What will the flight tickets look like at that point? They've really dipped in price over the last 6 months. That my idea is to come back for a little while. Yeah,
because I don't care who I watch play. I just want to go. Yeah, kind of like what you said about the Final Four. Like, I don't care.
It'd be fucking Bosnia and Botswana. I don't give a shit. I'll watch it. Dude.
Fucking Colby yesterday was betting on professional soccer. I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah, I bet on the over on the CONCACAF Championship, United States Mexico, and
that's some real degenerate.
Hey, well, I mean,
he knows a lot about soccer.
Yeah, at least it's the U.S. team. I mean, if he's betting on like the Lithuanian B League, that's.
Did you win?
It was a push.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, those soccer lines, they're all like 1 or 2 goals. That's it.
No. A lot of times they'll have like 1.25 or 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out how that works.
Yeah, the live bet yesterday. Well, I bet before the game and it was over 2. So I bet over 2. It was 1-0 at half. and I looked at a live bet, and it was 1.25. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Well,
So that's something. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't quite understand that. Is that something to the effect of like, if it goes to 1, you win like half the money?
No.
You get like half your money back or something like that?
no, the house wins that. You lose your money. It happened to me yesterday. Okay. So I bet Alabama. No, not Alabama. Who was it? The first game, Marquette. It was 4.5, and I took Marquette. They were the favorite, and they only won by 4, so I lost my bet.
Oh, right. In basketball, yeah. I mean, in soccer, when they do like the half goal and quarter goal and 3/4 goal, there's something like that where you can win like half the money. Or
I don't
like,
think so.
No. It's not like that. And what confuses me, and I still don't know the answer to it, what's the difference between a quarter goal and a half goal? Like,
right. I don't get it. I think it's like I was asking somebody about this because I know a bunch of people out here who bet on soccer, and they were explaining it to me, and I still didn't quite get it because it's intuitively it doesn't make any sense, but it's something like that.
I don't know anything about that. That sounds weird.
If you get like within the quarter goal, then you can win like half the money that you bet or something like that.
Oh man, wow. Wish they'd do that with football.
I don't.
It's something like that. Again, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I don't know. I know a few soccer gambling degenerates out here for sure, because you can do it online and stuff. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, betting on the games definitely makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
I was running around, jumping around in my living room like a maniac.
Yeah. Well, soccer is like anything else. Being at the game makes it more interesting, right? Like,
Yes.
I mean, hockey too, right? Like, I was never a huge fan of watching hockey on TV, and then I went to some hockey games, especially playoff games, and you're like, holy shit, this is incredible. So,
yeah, hockey in person is way better.
Yeah, I was thinking about this last night. I was like, when March Madness ends, what are we going to bet on? Jesus Christ. And I was like,
well,
Stanley Cup playoffs are up next. So we
NBA playoffs too. Yeah.
We got the Masters coming up. Bet on some golf, bro.
Hey, Pete, did you see what Clemson baseball did this weekend?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Oh my God, dude. Wow.
Yeah. That was a pretty crazy weekend for Clemson.
Speaking of the Masters, I saw some news that I thought would just overjoy and make Nate's day.
What?
Not only are they making a sequel fucking 30 years later to Happy Gilmore, but apparently both Paige Sporanic and Sydney Sweeney are both going to be in
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh.
He might have to watch that at home. He can't be out in public.
Yeah.
At least don't stand up and take a piss, dude.
Yeah, you have to stay seated at all times, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have y'all seen the trailer for the new Roadhouse movie?
Unfortunately.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it.
I saw the trailer last night. It looks amazing. Y'all should definitely watch it.
Oh, they're redoing Beetlejuice too.
Yeah, that's another one. They're doing a sequel fucking 35 years later.
Yeah.
Who's playing Beetlejuice?
Oh, didn't we talk? Who is it?
I think it's still Michael Keaton, isn't it?
Really? Still? I don't know. I know Wednesday or whatever the daughter, not Wednesday. The girl who played Wednesday. What's her name? Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega's doing it in this one versus who was that did it in the first one?
Her name starts with a W, I think.
I don't know.
Girl Interrupted. She was in Girl Interrupted with Angelina Jolie.
Laser Dog says the new Roadhouse is trash.
Yeah, probably is. But...
Yeah.
I know Conor McGregor looks like he's been drinking too much of that fucking whiskey that he put.
Yeah, Juliette Lewis. That's the girl's name.
Oh, Juliette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder. That's who was in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Winona, yeah. I wanted to say Wonder, but I know definitely wasn't Wonder.
That's right. Winona Ryder.
Yeah, they're fixing to come out there. Watch. Next is going to be Mystic Pizza 2.
Usually when they remake those movies, they're terrible.
Girl reinterrupted.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mystic Pizza was bearable because of how much gratuitous nudity was in the movie.
Right.
But is there any chance possible that Happy Gilmore is going to be funnier than the first one? I don't think that's possible.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
think it does either.
Like Slim was saying like a week ago, Adam Sandler is past his prime, unfortunately.
And I hate it because I love me some Sandler. I do.
Yeah. Winona Ryder is still in it. Oh, but she's not playing the same role she played last time, is she? That's going to be Jenna Ortega playing the younger girl. I don't know.
I know, very uncontroversial opinion to me. Christina Ricci is far better looking back in the day than Jenna Ortega is Wednesday Addams. And I know that may trigger a person or two. Making that statement has gotten me timed out of a show once or twice.
Yeah, not me. I don't care. I'll watch it. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what's a good movie? I saw it in theaters recently.
What?
Shit, can you hear me? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Dune 2. Dune 2 is good.
Is that the space movie?
Make sure you watch the first one.
Yeah.
No, it's about it's like post-apocalyptic kind of movie.
Oh.
You haven't heard of Dune?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, I never saw it either. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's very, very slow, and it's like 4 hours long. The second one's just as slow, but the final scene in Dune 2 is pretty good.
Well, Vic, saying that you haven't seen something doesn't exactly mean a lot. There's a lot of just absolutely great movies you've never seen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we were talking last week, remember, about the remaking Tombstone too, and fucking, what's his face?
I've seen something that says that that's not true too, so I don't know if it is.
Oh, okay. They were saying Matthew McConaughey was going to be Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Almighty.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah.
Now, this may be a controversial opinion. Kevin Costner did a better job playing Wyatt Earp than oh fuck.
Pullman?
Now I'm having Pullman didn't do it.
No. Oh yeah, I know who it is.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I don't know.
What movie?
I mean, obviously, there's no better Doc Holliday.
Tombstone.
They did Kevin Costner did a movie called Wyatt Earp. To me, he played Wyatt Earp better than Kurt Russell did.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Not as good as Tombstone though.
Wider.
Well, I mean, kind of like a lot of Kevin Costner movies. I mean, it's a chore to get through that thing.
Yeah.
Is that like
That
the
movie's
sequel
pushing
to
4
Flat
hours
Earth
long.
or?
Wild Earth.
Wyatt Earp.
Wider. I was thinking it. I think you said. Okay.
You do know who Wyatt Earp is, don't you?
No.
Nah, I don't, man. Did I look into it?
Yeah, you should know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you should.
pretty well-known person in history. That's all. Yeah, it's a real person. It's not just a TV character.
Never heard.
All those people were real. Doc Holliday.
Yeah. Bat Masterson.
Yeah.
Holiday was the coach at Marshall. But
True.
All the brothers, Virgil, and what's the other one's name? Morgan and Virgil, yeah.
coach him.
Lawman. That's right.
The Earp brothers.
Law.
Back in the good old days when cops didn't shoot people, they just cracked them over the head with a gun.
Yeah.
What's up, Momo?
Yep. Yep.
I wonder where
At least
Nate's
that's
at.
what Wyatt Earp said.
Ever since Nate bought that $75 piece of plastic, I haven't seen him around.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just got a box to.
Yeah, I was looking for that unboxing video that I never got.
I'm pretty sure Uncle Lou bought him a computer yesterday.
Third and Nate. He did.
He has 2 channels, Slim. That's why you.
Third and Nate.
Lou, if you can hear me and you can type, what kind of computer did you get?
Third and.
I mean, you don't have to tell us how much you paid for it or anything. I'm just curious. Like, is it a Dell? Is it what is it?
I think he bought a Razer.
That's what I have.
Computer.
Those are
I think
nice.
He bought it.
Yeah, they're gaming computers.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, he mentions the Clemson base dude. So you saw it, right, Pete?
I didn't see the game, but I followed it vicariously through all the actual real Clemson fans on Twitter.
Right. So I just watched the highlights. Holy shit, dude. I mean, I watch most of the Clemson baseball games, usually on replay, but I obviously with all the basketball, I didn't have time.
I saw everybody losing their mind. I guess they were getting blown out and they came back in the 9th inning or something.
Here's what happened. First game we were down. First game. Now we're playing at home again. We were 19-2. Florida State's like 18-0 or something like this. And first game they get their first 3 guys in the top of the first on base. Then the 4th dude hits a grand slam, so they're up 4-0 with nobody out in the top of the first. We end up beating them 15-5. Then game 2, they're up. I want to say 8-1 in the 9th inning. And we score 8 runs in the bottom of the 9th to beat them 9-8.
Wow.
And then the second game, game 3, they're up 11-2, and we come back from 9 runs down and beat them 14-12 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were undefeated. We swept them. We're 22-2 right now.
So Clemson's ranked in the top 5 in the country, aren't they?
We were already 3rd, and I think we're going to move up now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who's 1 and 2?
Oh shit! That's a good question. Let me look it up.
I imagine Florida State would have been ranked ahead of them.
They were like 10. I
them.
think they were like 10 or something. I don't think that they had played the strongest schedule, but they were undefeated, so they were like 10th, and we were 3rd, I think.
Wow, man. You got a team in the Sweet 16. You got the top 5 baseball team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the football team needs to get back in shape here.
Yeah, you pick it.
We're going to lose our football school status.
Yeah.
It's approaching.
It's coming, huh?
The baseball and basketball.
Oh.
Arkansas 1, Oregon State 2, Clemson 3, A&M 4, Hilljack 5, Gators 6, Vandy 7.
Man,
Right.
Clemson ranked ahead of Tennessee.
Yeah.
College baseball.
Tennessee is a baseball school already, certified.
Tennessee's best player transferred from Clemson to Tennessee.
Yeah, I know.
New Amick? Yeah.
However the hell you say his name.
Billy Amick, yeah. He was really good last year, too. I was pissed off about that.
What's he play?
He's a hitter, outfielder, first base, outfield.
Lou says it was a...
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter got fired because he was
What a
betting.
weird story that is.
Dude, Shohei Ohtani is either fixing to go to jail, and he's definitely going to lose that big-ass contract he got.
Go to jail for what?
Fixing games.
Yeah, he was betting.
They're saying they've got proof that he's fixed games.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Because he made bet, from what they've said, they've got evidence that he placed bets on games that he played in,
Oh, no.
and he played like absolute doo-doo.
Oh, no.
Hope not. I love that guy. He's such a great player.
He's the Babe Ruth of this era.
Damn, the one thing that you can't do, man, all that money he's about to make, and he's got to go bet?
Like,
And the
That's
bad
just-
part is that that contract is backloaded, so
Yeah.
Right.
he hasn't even gotten that money yet. Really.
Oh man.
His deal was 10 years. I think he makes
Yeah.
$200,000 a year. until
No,
his contract is
$200,000 a year.
up. I swear, yeah. And then once his
What?
contract is up, then he gets paid after 10 years.
You sure it's 200,000? Is all he's getting? That sounds really low.
It's really low. I think it's something like that.
You sure it's not 2 million?
No.
No, it's not 2 million. Because
Well,
the salary, what he said when he signed the contract, he's like, I want everyone to get paid. I want the team to get better. So he didn't get all the money, you know.
Yeah. Well, that'll screw them in the long run, but in the short term, they can win a lot.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I'm curious now. I'll look it up.
I don't know.
No, I mean,
I-
he hasn't been convicted of anything. This is all speculation up to this.
yeah. And the Calvin Ridley thing was different. I don't think Ridley was betting on games he played in. He was betting on other games.
To me, the Calvin Ridley thing was even less because
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley didn't bet on any games that he played in.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, see, I agree.
Tipped me off about.
I don't know why that's not allowed. I guess they don't want to go down that road of allowing them to
That's
bet on
exactly
some
what it
games.
is.
So, and I
They're
guess I get
allowed-
that, but
Like NFL players are allowed to bet on other sports, but the rule is the number one, they're not allowed to bet from the facility. So they like location tracking. They're not allowed to bet on anything from any team facility. And then B, they're not allowed to bet on football of any type at all, including like college football or anything like that.
see, now that's silly.
Well, no, it makes sense because you have contacts, so you can have information that other people.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could be getting some information from the trainer about who's hurt.
It's kind of their argument about Pete Rose because Pete Rose never bet on a game that he played in.
But he claims he never bet against himself. So you,
No, he bet on the Reds to win games that he played. For.
Yeah.
He never bet against it, which to me is like not nearly as bad.
it's
I mean,
not
I'm
as
gonna
bad
feel-
because that means you're not throwing the game.
Yeah.
You're trying to win. Yeah.
Well, even
Right.
then, when he did bet on the Reds, I don't think it was while he was playing. It was while he was on the staff as manager or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so Shohei's contract is a 10-year deal, $700 million,
Yep.
God damn.
and he gets paid 97% of that money at the end of the 10-year deal.
Jeez.
Wow.
So he's not making a lot each year.
I mean, 3% of that is still a lot of damn money.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the long run, he's making
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how you structure that out. I mean, I know baseball doesn't have a hard salary cap, but they do have luxury tax. I have no idea how you fit that in there like that. That doesn't make sense to me.
What was Calvin Ridley's punishment? A whole season, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So he missed all of last year.
No, not last year. The year.
Oh, so he played this year.
Yeah.
Where's he at now? The Jags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just signed
That's
with
right.
Tennessee.
Yeah, the
Tennessee.
Falcons had to give him away for free, basically, too, and that was our first pick of that year's draft.
Did
Another
for-
That
L
sounds
by
like a very
Falcons.
Falcons thing to do.
Exactly.
or-
Well, now you got Kirk Cousins, so that's cool, right?
How do you think that's going to work out, Volusia?
I think that it's a good. I think that he's
Yeah.
better than people give him credit for because he
Kirk-
chokes in the playoffs.
If he hasn't done it yet, Kirk Cousins absolutely needs to drop to his knees and blow his agent because there's nobody better.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think he's good. I think it's a really good signing by the Falcons. I don't
Yep.
think they're going to win the Super Bowl with him, but I think they're going to be immediately way better. They're going to win that division easily.
He has way
No,
better
they're not. Stop it.
than Desmond Shitter. So I mean, yeah.
It's a really good signing.
Yeah.
They had a Hall of Fame quarterback in Matt Ryan and
Right.
only managed to make it to one Super Bowl and could
Right.
dominate the division. New Orleans still dominated the division over them.
Yeah, but New Orleans is terrible now.
Yes, right. They're terrible now.
I still haven't seen anything that's going to put the Falcons over Tampa Bay in that division.
Okay.
I think
The
that
Falcons' offense is going to be electric this year, but the defense is going to lose us games.
Yeah.
You're all going to be eating your words when Baker Mayfield is lifting that Lombardi trophy.
Unless lifting a Lombardi trophy.
Old Baker.
Vandy, send me a WeChat ID, bro.
I've already proved you wrong once, Vic, because you swore up and down to me that Atlanta was going to win this division last year.
Yep.
Well, Slim, you also said Baker Mayfield was going to be a bust for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, and I've never been happier to be proved wrong.
Well, eventually,
That's exactly. Vic's playing the long game here. If he just says that every year, eventually he'll be right.
Oh, he's on a Tennessee man.
Yeah, he's just waiting. You know, this is the year. I can't talk. Carolina's probably going to be terrible, too.
Yep, there you go.
There's already idiots running around saying we need to get what's-his-face.
Face,
Shit, the white running back.
Oh, you mean...
from Clemson.
Shipley?
Yeah, there's already people going, well, Carolina needs to draft Shipley to replace McCaffrey. They're like, what? So we just like plug and play white running backs now? What kind of strategy is that?
Y'all should have never traded McCaffrey. I mean,
what y'all need is a better offensive line.
Well,
they need a lot.
Starters, yes.
Well, that's the first problem. The offensive line is completely horrible.
They
offensive line, a defensive line.
They have a good secondary, and they got a couple good players on the defensive line. But yeah, the offensive line is completely terrible. Guess what else they need? A quarterback.
Well, I want to see what he can do with some protection and actually somebody worth a damn throwing the ball.
He needs to use protection. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You need a new owner. You need an owner.
Well, there you go. There you go.
New owner. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir.
I wonder if that guy ever won that lawsuit that he put that drink on.
Actually, you don't actually need a new owner. You just need your owner to die and for his kids to take the tack that the owner of the Bucks did, where they're just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. You deal with this.
I don't know. Maybe he'll get Me Too'd or something and be forced to sell the team. That might happen.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Jerry Richardson, the former owner.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I think that window is passed because it didn't happen to Arthur Blank.
Nope.
The problem with Arthur Blank is he owns two major teams. He's not focused on one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, the problem was by the time that came around, that whole Me Too bullshit had fucking burned itself out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Richardson thing was pretty bad, though. I mean, there was no way he could remain owner after that. Plus, he's old as shit anyway. He's like 80-something.
Most of them are.
Yeah, I know.
Like Jerry Jones.
I mean, he's starting to get to like Biden level, the way he looks.
Yeah.
You know, like he needs to be laying down in a hospital bed when he's in the owner's box. Just up there mumbling shit. Rackdog said the Panthers need a quarterback that's taller than 5'5".
Yeah, he's shorter than Stetson Bennett, and that's a problem.
What is he, like 5'9" or 5'10"? Seriously.
Taller.
I think he's listed like 5'10" or 5'11".
Yeah.
Fuck, he's taller than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, everybody's taller than Kyler Murray.
Exactly.
The draft is coming up. When is the draft? In June? I think it's
April.
the draft's in April. Oh, so it's coming up then.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Speaking of Shipley, Volusia, where do you think he'll go in the draft? What round?
My guess, 4th.
Yeah,
Fourth
Yeah.
overall or fourth round?
fourth round.
Round.
Okay.
I was going to say mid-round. Fourth, fifth, something. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
He'll be a mid pick.
Momo says the third round.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, he'll be a mid pick. Yeah.
I mean, I think he can be a good player in the league, but we'll see what happens.
What number is are y'all up for? Pete, are y'all third, fourth? You gotta be
Third.
The Panthers?
Second.
The Panthers have no first-round draft picks.
Yeah, they traded them away.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yep.
they traded. Well, why would they do that?
Yeah,
They traded up to get Bryce Young.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I thought that they made the trade with the Bears, which is why the Bears gets first pick.
That is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think they would learn from Cleveland's mistakes, but no, nobody learns.
getting the number 2 pick. Okay, they have no first round pick.
That is correct.
Nope.
Worst team in the league and no first-round pick. That is not what you want.
Because they traded with the Bears first round pick last year.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
And of course, they just fired the general manager.
When they should have taken CJ Stroud. But
There's one guy on Twitter said something about they need to fire David Tepper. I'm like, what? He owns a team.
Should do that, yes.
Can't fire him.
you can't fire the owner.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately not, unless it's like Dan Snyder.
That'd be some epic shit if like fans online could vote and vote out the owner.
Yeah. Yeah. Vote out Arthur Blank. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, you can't own what you own anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we lived in fucking China.
Yeah, I think the Packers is the only fan base that can vote to.
Yeah, they don't have an owner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the only
let's
one
see.
to vote to. Well, I guess they can vote to fire the GM. I guess, but yeah.
Well, they have like a board of directors.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so they do have people that are appointed to make decisions, but
And they have corporate ownership of a lot of, like, Miller owns a huge stake. Like, they need to have money to pay people, obviously.
but they're a pretty stable NFL program and or NFL franchise.
Yeah, I'm about to say, is there an example of a more stable NFL franchise all throughout NFL history?
I mean, the Steelers probably.
Ugh. Gross.
I mean, they've got pretty decent ownership, I think.
I mean the Patriots, right?
Well,
Until recently, but yeah. Well, I mean, but when they were on their run, though, they were. But
yeah, and now they've always been kind of cheapskates, and now that's really biting them in the ass because they don't have Tom Brady anymore.
yep.
Yeah, and you're already seeing the people talk, how good actually was Bill Belichick, because you take away Tom Brady and he has a sub-500 record.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of Wilson, so where's he going?
Who, Russell?
Russell Wilson, yeah. Huh?
He's at the fucking Pittsburgh Squealers, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Steelers quarterback.
Yeah.
And they also signed Justin Fields, so
Yep.
Oh, that's.
they got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields on there.
I actually think that's a good pickup. I mean,
Yeah, I do
because
too.
much like Carolina, you can't put that on Justin Fields. There's no team around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't like it at all, which means that it was a good pickup.
Who do you think will start?
Probably.
Russell was out.
Wilson starts.
Yeah.
Really? I think
Yeah,
Justin Fields will start.
No. They've already said Wilson.
Now
starts.
Russ will start. Yeah.
Ah.
But he might end up getting benched halfway through the season.
What do the Bears get in return for this
Sixth
trade?
round pick.
Trade that man for a 6th-round pick.
It's a sixth round pick, and then what it is it's a 6th-round pick, and then if Fields starts 51% or more of the snaps, then it moves to a 4th-round pick, which is unlikely to happen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they'll
But
make
even
sure
if it
that
does,
doesn't
it-
happen.
Yeah, they can control that. Well, unless Wilson gets hurt.
Right, but even if
Yeah.
he does, who cares? Then it's just a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
That's a stupid trade.
Who's their quarterback?
Bears are a stupid organization.
Yeah, there you go. We were just talking about stable ones. Well, there's one that's not. The Bears.
And they used to be the epitome of it. I mean, really, if you look through their history, it's just over the last, 30 or so years, it's kind of gone down the toilet.
Yeah, that's a long time.
First of all, yes. Secondly, but think about it. We think about the Bears in the 80s as being the dominant defensive franchise and all this and that, the 85. But think about it, the Bears literally only made the Super Bowl one time, ever.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
85?
There's a lot of teams that
Yeah.
have never made the Super Bowl.
True, yeah, totally. But we don't consider them to be good organizations.
I didn't necessarily say, I said they were stable.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears used to be a competitive team year after year.
Nope. Not even.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They're pretty shit.
At least they have the Bear Shuffle music video.
Yes. And they still play that shit 40 years later because they don't have fuck all else.
Didn't they have one of the teams that was a few years ago that tried to recreate it and one of the Bears teams? And it was terrible. I'm pretty sure that happened.
It's like redoing Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
They recreated and it was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Roadhouse.
Or Roadhouse, yeah.
Right.
I didn't want to have to bring this up, but it's in the news. I'm sure everybody heard about Trevor Etienne's DUI in Athens.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I mean, considering Georgia's track record over the past 4 years, is anybody surprised?
did he never got in trouble? He never got in trouble in Florida, did he?
Nope. Travis has never gotten in trouble for anything, although, you can't blame a brother's mistakes on the brother, obviously. But yeah, he never got in any trouble in Florida. His brother never got in any trouble. And he goes to Georgia and boom, DUI.
I know. I get he's young and stupid, and but hopefully he learned something from it. But I don't understand why, especially these guys, they're not necessarily like broke college kids. They have a lot of shit and probably have some money in their pocket. Why you're driving around drunk on campus when you're a football star, I just will never understand that.
Middle of
Just
spring practice.
Call a fucking Uber and spend $20 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, I've asked for 15 years why John Jones doesn't pay somebody to be his fucking handler. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, will he be disciplined by Kirby Smartlaw, do you think, or how do you think that's going to play out, Vic?
Hopefully.
What do you think it'll be? Like he'll be suspended for a certain amount of games or something?
Suspension usually the thing, I guess. Well, that's the way it was for weed. It was first time 1 game, second time 4 games, third time you get kicked off the team. But so I guess there might be a thing for.
And just to be clear,
but
driving drunk is
driving is a little worse
right.
than just smoking weed.
There you go. You took the words out of my mouth. Yes, that's correct.
Well,
Plus, if we look back in the past couple of years with Georgia, we actually a player passed away from the same incident. So it's fucking frustrating.
Yeah, I would be for
like a team standpoint, but from just just be a better person. I mean, I don't have a lot of room to talk, but it's just frustrating.
Yeah, the fact that we keep getting all these traffic-related incidences. Yeah, it's like after seeing so many of your teammates do it, but
Maybe you need a driver's ed course inside your football facility.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Although DUI has nothing to do with driver's ed.
No.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Hey, don't be a dipshit course. But
No. With
well, it's unfortunate. I was actually looking forward as just a college football fan to see him play at Georgia. I mean, he was fun to watch at Florida. He's a good player. And
It was exciting because he actually has
Now-
a line to run behind. But now we're looking at what Vic say. He's going to be suspended by the coaching staff.
probably.
Well, I mean, Vic already told us it'll be a 1-game suspension.
Are you telling me that Clemson is favored now in week 1?
No. No. That doesn't make Clemson favored.
it won't make them favored, but it will move the line a point or two.
It would.
Definitely.
If that is what ends up happening.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't. You can't just not do anything. What kind of message does that send to the team?
Yeah, you can't.
gotta do
not
something.
it.
I mean, here's my question. This isn't just a Georgia thing. Like, this kind of shit is all across college football, so I'm not talking about any specific incident or team. At what point do you have to just say, fuck it, and make an example of somebody?
Yeah, I also
Because
agree.
As much as it's put out there that, oh, these guys are done so wrong and everything, at the end of the day, that's just not true. These are a bunch of pampered, spoiled brats.
All right. Well, here's the thing. If you're a perpetual problem, in other words, if you're getting in trouble all the time, then I say, yeah, cut them loose or throw the book at them or whatever you want to do. But kids are going to make mistakes. And at the end of the day, they're still college kids. How old's Trevor Etienne? Like 19 or 20?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, he's a kid. And kids are going to do
but there
stupid
still needs
shit.
to be consequences for your actions.
I do believe he
Cut you a
needs.
break as long as somebody doesn't die.
Yeah. So what would be your example of making an example out of him? Like, how harsh would you be with your punishment? You suspend him for the entire season?
What would you do?
Sure.
Yeah. Now that would send a message. That's for sure. Anyway, I don't think.
But then the NCAA needs to turn around and go, okay, well, you can't just transfer and play for somebody else.
Right. I agree with Saban. He talked about that. He's like, so we just throw a kid away because he makes a mistake instead of trying to reform him and help him out. So he's not a problem. So he leaves campus and he goes back home and is not in college anymore. Like, that's not good. And then he's going to get into more trouble.
Fix the problem.
I didn't say kick him off the team for one incident.
If that
Or
one,
pull his scholarship for one incident.
Yeah.
well, I mean, suspending him for one game, I mean, for the whole season is as good as kicking him off the team. But
No, you're just suspended for a season.
Well, this is his last year.
Because guess what?
He don't play football anymore.
Guess what? If a 21-year-old that isn't playing football at the University of Georgia does it, ain't nobody looking for no fucking sympathy for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he deserves anybody's sympathy. He fucked up, but I also don't think that he needs to just be thrown away. Like, he could still be a very good kid that made a terrible mistake. That happens.
yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, if you give him a year suspension, like Slim just said, and take a scholarship away, that's basically his whole life.
Nobody said take his scholarship away. As a matter of fact,
Okay,
I quite literally said the opposite.
Okay, well, if you wanted him suspended the whole year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. He said first season.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, that's basically taking his whole life away. This is his
Right.
last year in college football.
No, he can play the next year after that.
Yeah.
And he won't lose a year of eligibility either.
I think a year suspension is too harsh. I was going to say 4 games.
Yeah, well, and that's why this shit perpetually happens. Because there's no consequences for their actions.
Well, there's going to be legal consequences.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
Sure. I mean, the same as anybody else
there
who gets
definitely
one.
will be.
No, there's
You can't
not.
avoid the law just because you're a college football athlete.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I've already seen the press conference from your mayor. There's no consequences for motherfuckers that murder people on campus.
Talking about Atlanta?
No
No,
con.
I'm talking about the Athens mayor getting his goofy ass in front of a fucking microphone and blaming everybody else for some dipshit killing a UGA student.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
So
Yeah.
why should I think there's going to be any consequences for a football player with a DUI?
I don't know. I'm not telling you how to think. I know the guy didn't kill anybody, luckily, this time.
Right. Also, given how many of these incidents they've had recently, and they haven't suspended anyone for the whole season, then what do there will be.
But that's
some-
kind of my whole point. At some
Yeah.
point, when do you make an example of somebody
I agree.
and go,
I agree
okay,
with
this
you.
shit's not going to be tolerated anymore?
Right. Clearly, what we're doing isn't working. This kind of thing. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like Colby said, exact same incident. What was it in 22? They had somebody killed.
Yep.
So obviously the lesson hasn't been learned.
Car accident, yeah.
Well, no, the rumor was they were drinking and driving then too.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yep.
No, it wasn't a rumor, and the guy that was drinking and driving that killed Devin Waylock is now playing in the NFL. So, like you said, Slim, it's not working. Something needs to be done. Yeah.
And like I said, once again, I'm not saying pull the kid's scholarship and end his entire life and future. That's not what I'm saying. I
Right.
don't think he should be able to play football this year.
Well, it's an interesting debate. And one that there's not really any right answer to either.
I'll tell you what the right answer is. Just call a cab, man. You got all this money. I'm pretty sure you got over $1 million for
Yeah.
NIL
Well,
money.
he doesn't have to call a cab. We got Uber now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, even without NIL money, from the basic stipend they get from the NCAA, they can afford a cab.
Even if he had $0 in his pocket, there's got to be somebody that he knows that lives in Athens that he can call to come pick him up. Like, hey, I had too much to drink. I need you to come pick me up. A friend.
No, I was looking into that too, Pete. Football players have all the right. Well, I say all the right. They have resources that, hey, can you come pick me up? I've been drinking.
Yeah.
Those are free resources that the
Yeah.
athletes have.
Isn't that's
100% to
you-
prevent
there
this
you go.
exact kind of shit, and it looks bad
There
for the
you go.
program.
And no one's utilizing it.
Yeah.
that's insane.
I'm sounding more reasonable by the second.
I'm not telling you're not sounding reasonable, but I mean, you got to look at it both ways.
Was he? I don't even know. He got a DUI plus like 3 other tickets.
Yeah, it was
I,
like
I saw DUI and reckless driving. Was the two
Reckless
I saw.
driving,
wrong side of the road. Yeah.
driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh, fucking hell.
The reason he got pulled over, from what I read, is the window tint. But that's just what I read. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we
that's the
noticed that
reason.
your window tint was too dark when you were driving on the other side of the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
me ask a
couldn't see
question,
any
though.
light through those windows from the oncoming traffic.
Let me ask you a question though, because I've never had a window tint driving in the U.S. But like, if you have a window tint that's too dark, right?
Yeah.
You could be pulled over at literally any moment. For
Yes,
that.
you
So
can.
why do you have it?
Yes, you can be.
That's a good question.
Drive with window taint that's
Window taint?
that you can't see good, at night out of it. I mean,
Yeah, they actually have like a little thing that they stick up to your window and tells you if it's too dark.
Right.
The
number
reason
one.
people have
Number two,
window taint is because it gets too hot in the car, apparently, and it makes you look cooler.
Yeah.
Well, and
Right.
they've actually got a point as somebody that rides around with an illegal tent job.
Yeah.
It's harder to see at night.
Although Volusia's point, I think, is they can basically just pull you over for any reason and use that as an excuse why they pulled you over.
Exactly.
And then they can just say, oh, well, it looks like you're not, your window tint is fine. Have a good day. They're looking for something else.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That's what
the
he's
funny
saying.
thing is, trucks are legally allowed to have darker window tint than cars.
Well, that's
Isn't that a weird law?
If you have an illegal window tint, you're giving them carte blanche.
It is true,
to
Slim.
go over whenever they want to. So why are you doing that?
Yeah. Window taint.
Also, if it's the middle of the night, I mean, I don't think he was driving drunk at noontime, right? So how could
Usually-
they see the window tint?
Yeah, first of all, though, but if all new cars come with tinted windows now. That's not a thing you have to go get done anymore.
But not illegally tinted.
No.
They're not
No,
legally
but
tinted.
some of them are pretty dark, though. I mean, it's hard to tell with the naked eye if they're legal or not.
Hey, why
You know.
are cop cars allowed to be illegally tinted?
Why do you
I don't know,
think?
I've asked that very question when I've been pulled over for illegal tint.
Yeah, I guess for stealth, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to hide. They don't want us hiding.
But they make it black.
Uh,
All right.
yeah, that's the old. Have you been smoking marijuana? No. Oh, it smells like marijuana in your car. No, it doesn't. Now you're just making shit up.
Yeah.
You know.
It does.
Yeah, and then you ask them to bring the canine unit out there, and then the cop pulls up with their German Shepherd and tells them to sit, and then they can legally search your car.
Yeah.
Right. They kind of like kick it in the
that's-
leg and so it
well,
barks or
even
something.
even that's kind of out of date at this point.
Yeah.
They still do it.
When a lot of states, well, yeah, if you let them get away with it.
No, if you refuse to let them search your car, then they'll threaten you with the dog. Well, I would just get the dog out here then. And of course, the dog hits on it every time because he's trained him to hit on it every fucking time.
They cannot hold you up. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
A lot of states have passed laws where they can't hold you up to wait on a dog to get there anymore.
Right.
I think there's a certain amount of time. It's like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many.
In China, do they have canine units, or do y'all just eat them all?
So they have canine units at the airports. They don't pull people over on the streets here.
I'm sorry, Volusia.
They just pull you out of line at random at the airport.
No. So what they have is like they have dogs that'll like the same as they do in American airports. They have dogs that'll sometimes walk along the baggage claim and sniff bags and stuff like that. But the cops don't pull you over and mess with you the way American cops do. American cops are much more intrusive and bothersome than Chinese cops are.
Yeah.
No, or they'll just pull you out of line at the airport.
Yep.
No, they don't do that. They just run.
Really?
They might have a
Take
dog
that
walking
up-
around
take
in
that
the
up with
international.
travel.
Yeah, take that up with traveling fools.
Traveling fools, yeah.
Well, he must not. He must have got red flagged at immigration or something like that.
He got put through the ringer, though.
Yeah.
It's weird. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Never happened to me.
Oh well, then I guess.
But it
must
did
have
happen to me in
happened if
Canada,
it's
though.
Never happened to you.
Happened to me in Canada though.
Do you have Chinese citizenship, or is that even a thing?
You can get a green card. I don't have it right now.
Oh, okay.
You don't
I just have regular work visa like that. You get a work visa and a
Oh.
residence permit.
You work visa residency for how long?
So mine is 1 year. Most of them are 1 year at a time. So
Oh, you got to
I'll
renew it every year?
renewing it every year. Wow.
And what if the one time they just say, no, we're not renewing it, go home. Bye, later,
I
see ya.
mean, they want people to be here, like who are here legally. So they're not gonna just reject you for no reason.
Like
So
you said,
why-
they've already lost a bunch. They're trying to keep hold of the white guys. They
So why,
That is not wrong. You're not wrong.
God
about that.
damn.
No, he's not wrong about that.
so why did you never get a
I don't know if I qualify for it yet. You have to have like a certain income and be in a certain tax bracket. I've only been married for less than 2 years. If you're married for 5 years, you can get it or something like that.
so you
But
say,
you would also have to renounce your American citizenship.
No, you wouldn't. It's just a green card. It's not. I'm not getting a passport.
so you got three
Well,
more
to get your green card, but no, to become a Chinese citizen, you would have
No,
to
they don't
renounce
even
your
do
American
that.
citizenship.
You don't even do that. They don't even do that. I don't think that they even offer that.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's such thing as a Chinese citizen. That's what I was asking.
No. Yeah, like you. Of course. Yeah, there's 1.5 billion of them. But
I mean, but what are they called? Are they called citizens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, they're called nationals.
Or whatever. It's the same. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't. I've never heard of anybody. I'm sure it's happened, but I've never heard of anybody getting Chinese nationality who wasn't at least somehow like ancestrally Chinese or something like this. But I've never heard of that. But you can get a green card. Like, that's obviously not a big deal.
So you got 3 more years until you can get your green card.
I think, although they've changed the rules recently to try and make it easier, I don't know. I'm looking into it. I would be interested in getting it. That way I don't have to worry about getting a visa anymore.
Yeah.
You'll be a full-blown Chinaman then. Do that.
Yep.
But I'd still be American passport holder.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give that up. Like, that's good. I'll keep that one.
Even if Donald Trump's the president?
Yes.
He's got to come back here and watch the World Cup with us. So
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I still go back to the States and stuff. Like, it's fine.
Right.
I'm not like never.
You'll
I'm
get
not.
to go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to see a World Cup game. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what the funny thing is, Vic? The giant, huge arena here is called Mercedes-Benz Arena as well.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact.
Mercedes-Benz is just buying stadiums all over the country, all the world.
I saw WWE there once too.
The World Cup's going to be in Atlanta?
Yep.
Yeah.
When?
Well, they're holding it in America, Mexico, and Canada.
It's going to be North America. Yeah.
That's
they're
cool.
I think they're doing the World Cup final at New Jersey. I think they decided New Jersey.
What? The Giant Stadium?
Yeah.
They better do it in the summertime.
Yeah.
That is in the summertime.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be multiple matches in Charlotte and Atlanta. I know Atlanta is one of the main host stadiums.
See, I'm not even into soccer, but I would definitely go see a World Cup game. That sounds awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Atlanta's not that far away. Probably expensive though, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're going to be a
Oh, it's
free
gonna be
ticket. At least $1,500 a ticket.
$1,500 a ticket?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll be watching it on TV with everybody else then.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll watch that shit on TV for $1,500.
Ah, damn, son.
Yeah, it's going to be.
$1,500 to go watch Miami playing a national title game.
Well, I mean, it's the World Cup. Like every single game's kind of like the Super Bowl.
And the national title is way more important.
I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying that it's going to be a lot of people trying to get that ticket
Yeah. Well,
from all over the world.
yeah.
I mean, look, if it's like Ecuador and like fucking, Qatar, I guess Qatar's probably, it's 48 teams now. Qatar might make it. Then I don't think it would be too bad. But if it's any big European or South American team, or if it's like Japan or Korea, or of course US or Mexico, yeah, it'll be nuts.
Yeah, I just don't love soccer enough to pay $1,500 to watch it.
Nope.
But do you love Atlanta?
Do I love Atlanta? No, not really. Oh. I've had some good times in Atlanta, though, in my life. Several times.
Hey, Volusia, the CNN building's right next door to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, so you can do a little 2-for-1.
Yeah, no, I've been there.
No, I just kid. But the College Football Hall of Fame's right beside Mercedes-Benz
Yes,
Stadium,
it
probably
is.
like 200 yards away from it.
Like
Not even
Coca-Cola's not far from it, is it?
The what?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, the World of Coke. It's a little bit. Yeah, it's driving distance.
Right. Aquarium as well. It's a cool aquarium.
Well, when I make boatloads of money betting on March Madness, I might be able to afford to buy that ticket. Otherwise, not happening.
Yeah, I'm definitely going.
You're going to the damn Masters too, or were you going to a practice round?
I'm going to the youth drive, chip, and putt, and then I got 2 days of practice rounds as well.
Awesome.
We've been my Meemaw actually has, she passed away a few years ago, but she's still like on the mailing address. So we get practice round tickets every year, but not tournament tickets.
Oh.
So I'll get you your koozie, Pete.
Yeah. Just go ahead and get me, snatch me up 2 of them. 2 koozies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good koozies too. They're magnetic, so you can stick them to the refrigerator or wherever else. It's metal.
Why the fuck would I need to stick my beer to the refrigerator?
I don't know. They're good looking koozies.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could just put it inside the refrigerator.
If it falls off, then you just need to know that you need to drink it more. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Attaching my beer koozie to the refrigerator just never crossed my mind.
Yeah, my test is if I don't fall down, then I need to drink it more.
No, you just have the beer koozie on the refrigerator. When you open the refrigerator door, grab your beer, and there's your koozie.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is an important article to have.
No, fuck y'all. I'm not getting you a koozie.
I try to get a koozie anywhere I go.
True.
I got a bunch of them.
I was about to say, I got a bunch of koozies already that I don't use.
I somehow, I forget whose koozie I have. I have one of y'all's koozie. It's a Georgia koozie that somebody gave me at the Slob Olympics when we were outside drinking. They were like, "You want a koozie?" I said, "Yeah," and it was a Georgia one. I ended up bringing it home by accident, so I still have it somewhere.
I ended up accepting it by mistake.
I remember how disgusted I was with myself for even drinking out of it, but at the time, I didn't care. Because I just wanted to keep my beer cold.
Oh.
Could you turn it inside out?
My money would be on
Yeah.
it came from Macklin.
Yeah, it either came from Macklin. Well, I don't know. Oh, no, it might have been Nature Boy gave it to me. One of them. One of those two.
It sounds like you're a theft and should be suspended this whole season.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't want one of those, what's the things you, not a divot, something divot.
A divot repair tool?
Yeah, you don't want one of those or a hat or something. You just want a koozie, right?
Yeah, just a koozie.
Air tool.
My man, he's a simple man.
Yeah. Just
Nice.
a koozie.
Kind of man. Yeah.
Yes.
I just wouldn't wear a Masters hat. And you know, I love golf as much as the next guy, but I wouldn't wear it. So if I bought it, it would just be like sitting around, not getting used. I'll use the koozie a lot.
Some would say too much.
Yeah, probably too much.
That koozie would be falling apart from overuse, and that shirt would still look brand new.
That's why I told him to get me 2 koozies, because I'll wear the first one out eventually. Then I'll have another one. Pete, there's a police chase on the highway right now in Miami with a 4-wheeler.
Nice.
That's some Florida man shit right there.
Remember the
Wow.
good old days when
Speaking of which, a former Miami player is in trouble. He's being sued by a rental car company. And they actually posted a picture of his, he didn't even have a driver's license. He had a learner's permit. Apparently he rented a Trackhawk and wrecked it and then took off to SMU without paying for it.
The hell? You know, if you're running from the police on a 4-wheeler, you got a better chance of getting away on that than you do in a car. I mean, you can go into the woods with that shit.
Yes.
You can't drive your car into the woods. Yeah,
unless you have a 4-wheeler.
that's what I said. Oh, unless
I was about to say, cops around where I live have got four-wheel drive trucks, so good luck.
they can't go where an ATV can go.
Yeah.
Try not to get into a police chase is my.
And now, having said that, I think there's 100% chance they catch this guy, no matter what he's driving. But
Until they got the helicopter on you, you're good to go. Remember, like the old local news shows, like, hey, we got a police chasing everyone tuning in.
And you got the helicopter.
They still do that shit out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
do what?
I watch videos of shit like that.
Yeah, I watched when I was in California, on vacation. Yeah, we watched the LA news, and there was a police chase. Yeah.
I think after the OJ thing, that's an institution over there.
Yeah, that's
I don't think that's ever leaving.
Yeah, I remember watching that live. Of course, that was, that was before the social media and the internet and all that. So some shit like that was on TV. Everybody was watching it.
Yeah, it was some guy on a motorcycle. Yeah.
I was talking about
some damn fool paid like $3 million for that Bronco.
That's crazy. That's when we got too much money buying OJ's Bronco. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, somebody bought the BMW that Tupac was shot in.
God. What do you do with that?
Fuck if I know.
A shot up car in your garage, and your friends come over like, hey, you want to see the car that Tupac was shot in? This is it.
No, the bad thing was I think they restored it.
Oh, God, they're driving it around? Yeah.
Well, I mean, most people don't want to ride around in blood-stained seats.
Yeah. I also don't particularly want to ride around in the car that Tupac was killed in either.
Bad juju there.
Yeah. It was on Pawn Stars. Of course it was.
I don't hate the show Pawn Stars. It's somewhat entertaining to me.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting to see
I'll watch it.
about, how much all that shit sells for and what people can get
The
for
one
them.
guy rocked up with the coin from that Brutus made after he killed Caesar or whatever.
Yeah,
What?
That's the thing that amazes me is people have shit like that that's worth an ass ton of money, and you're going to a pawn shop with it.
That's wild, right? That's
Yeah.
insane. Just put it up at auction or something, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, look, Pawn Stars is obviously staged. It's like through and through, but whatever.
Yeah, but I think he's actually buying and selling that stuff.
He is.
Yes, maybe.
I mean,
Some of
it's
it.
definitely a high-end pawn shop. Like they've legit gotten like over a dozen Super Bowl rings and shit like that in there.
Right, yeah.
We drove by. When we went to Vegas a couple of months ago, they took us by there. The limo driver did on the way to the Fremont Street.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all watch Pawn Stars? There it is right there. And it's a tiny little place.
Right.
It's not big. It's like a tiny little building.
Apparently, like the show is filmed next door to the actual.
Yeah, they also have, Chum Lee on there. He owns he owns a candy shop across the street.
Right.
Is he in jail?
I don't think so, no.
I thought he got arrested on like having pictures on his computer of people he shouldn't have.
No, he got arrested. I think he had a gun and a weed charge or something.
Okay.
I don't know. That was years ago.
Yeah, I don't keep up with it like that, so I don't know.
Yes, gun and drug charges in 2016.
Yeah, that's smart. Like, I understand, everybody being in a pawn shop and being armed because, well, it's a pawn shop.
Yeah.
It's just a smart thing to do.
Yes. Especially since there's a bunch of guns in the pawn shop for sale.
Yeah, right? That's what really gets me is those videos of these dummies that actually try and go in there and rob gun stores.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been in a gun store where every employee wasn't armed.
Yeah, it's almost like they have to be. Listen, that's Darwinism at its best right there, my friend. Trying to rob a gun store. What an idiot.
That is true.
That's the dumbest thing you could possibly. You have a better chance of robbing a bank. At least you won't get killed.
Right.
Well, unless you're the ATF, then you go in there when the gun store is closed and you're good.
Right. I am going to wrap it up a couple minutes early today, guys. Now that I'm such a great home remodeler, I have a list a mile long of shit that I have to do. Today on the docket is hanging a new light fixture. Yay!
Well, that sounds awesome.
It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Honeydew.
Anytime I'm doing something like that, like hanging a fan or a light or any kind of, putting a piece of furniture together, all I do is say the F word about 100 times over and over and over again. Constantly.
It happens.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
And then when it's done, I'm like, hey, then when it's done, I'm like, look how good of a job I did.
Now here's the question, and considering the history, I think a pertinent one, is that painter's tape still up there?
No. The office is finished. As a matter of fact, I'm about to repurpose her desk, too. I'm going to go to Home Depot and get some shiplap panels and just glue them to the bottom part of her desk, the underneath part of her desk. That's what she wants me to do. I'm going to paint it first. So, yeah, the painter tape is... we got a new rug in there. We redecorated the whole thing. It looks good in there. So
Godspeed. Teach you how to paint without using painter's tape.
How do you paint without painter's tape? Enlighten me.
You learn how to cut it in. I don't use paint. I don't mark off anything with painter's tape.
Well, you're just like the Leonardo da Vinci of painters, then, I guess.
No. No, not at all. Actually, I don't know a single person that paints for a living that uses painter's tape.
Yeah. Well, I don't paint for a living. Yeah.
Somebody that does it for a living taught me.
I mean, obviously, a lot of people use painter's tape because they sell it and everyone buys it. Leave me alone.
Well, if you're so good at painting, why don't you just hop over to Pete's house and do it for him?
Yeah. Come do it for me. I'll pay you with a bottle of Maker's Mark. Well, the way the ceiling is in there is what made it a pain in the ass to tape, because it's not just straight across. Like a
yeah. See, I've never done any ceilings like that. Now I've gone through my entire house now and scraped all the ceilings, got all the popcorn and shit off. So now they're all just flat ceilings.
Yeah.
Because I hate popcorn.
That's some kind of special design ceiling in there. I don't even know what you call it. It's wood.
I think it's called a tray ceiling.
Okay.
I've seen it done.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. Not necessarily my style.
Oh, I think it looks good. I mean, and that's the only room in the house that has that type of ceiling. Everything else is flat. So.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today.
Alrighty.
And go Tigers, Volusia.
Hell yeah, man. This is going to be fun. It's all icing on the cake at this point. I didn't even really expect us to make it this far. I had a suspicion that we might, especially earlier in the year. But, now that we're here, let's go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, I mean, if you can beat Baylor, Baylor's good.
Baylor's really good.
So,
yeah.
I mean, no, Arizona's probably a little bit better than Baylor.
Yes.
They're going to have to play their best game.
There was an argument made, and I don't disagree, that, if you look at all of Clemson's NCAA tournament wins in history, this might be the best one. We might have just gotten the best postseason win in Clemson basketball history.
What, against Baylor?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I guess it would be up there.
I think it's number one, so it'd be cool if we could go ahead and break that. If we beat Arizona, that'll definitely be number one. So.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, go Tigers. Talk to you later, man. Be good.
Go Tigers and that. Later on.
Later.
All right. With that being said, Arizona by 20, maybe 25.
All right. I'll have to fade you on that. All right, Vic.
Okay, yeah.
Talk to you later, buddy. Thanks for coming on. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for your boy. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm not sure about the Lunch Money Show. I know Uncle Lou's not doing a Lunch Money Show tonight. If I'm able to do it, I'll do it. And it'll be on my main football channel, not this channel, at 10 o'clock. I'll probably make a community post sooner to that time if I know whether or not I'm going to do it, just to let you guys know. All right. Other than that, everybody have a great Monday.